Let's focus a bit on these districts that exist for the House of Representatives. So this is Pennsylvania's congressional district map. So you'll see that Pennsylvania is cut up into all these different colors that are represented by numbers. That's the number of the district. Our district is District 4 down here in the yellow, which represents most of Montgomery County. Each one of these districts elects one representative to represent the people in that district in the House of Reps. So if you look at our map, we have 18 representatives of the 435 in the House of Reps. Only the people, again, in District 4 can vote for our representative. So these are what the districts look like. So there's a couple terms you have to be familiar with. One is reapportionment and one is redistricting. So basically what happens is every 10 years, I'm sure you've heard commercials and advertisements for this year's census. Every 10 years in our country, we attempt to conduct a census, which is sort of an inexact way of counting up how many people exist within the country and how many people live within each state. Basically, what we do is we look at major changes that have occurred over those 10 years, and we rejuggle the 435 to represent those population changes. So if over that 10-year time period between 2010 and 2020, it appears as if a lot of people have moved out of a particular state and have moved to another, you can actually take representatives away from those states and give it to the states that saw population increases over that time period. So we're keeping the number at 435, but every 10 years, we just rejuggle how much each state gets of the 435 based on population changes. And that process is known as reapportionment. Once we determine which states are losing reps and which states are gaining reps, we have to go back to redrawing that map for each state. So redistricting is just redrawing the districts to kind of comply with the new data that kind of comes out of the census. So one of the controversial things with the redistricting process, and it's important to know that the redrawing of the districts is done by the state legislature. So obviously, whatever party has control of the state legislature at the time of redrawing the districts has the advantage that they can attempt to draw the districts to benefit them. So that's what gerrymandering is. Gerrymandering is when you intentionally draw these districts, when you get to redraw them, in a way that's going to benefit one political party over the other. It's called gerrymandering because the guy on the screen, his name is Elbridge Gerry. He was the governor of Massachusetts in 1812 when he signed the law changing Massachusetts districts. And you see this crazy shaped district that looked kind of like what people thought was a salamander. And the process of drawing these districts to favor a party just was nicknamed after him, and it became known as gerrymandering. So you'll notice that because the Supreme Court has said that gerrymandering is essentially okay, you get some pretty crazy districts that are drawn to benefit particular political parties over the other. The basic rules of thumb are that you have to have roughly the same number of people in each district. The districts have to be relatively geographically compact, meaning they can't stretch all the way across the state, and they can't be broken. Like you'll notice that this green district here in Florida, Florida's 20th district, is one continuous shape, right? Florida's 22nd district is also a very gerrymandered district. Again, everybody in the green is in one congressional district, or Maryland's 3rd district. Well, the Illinois' 4th district is maybe the most gerrymandered district in the entire United States. The two parts of the district are actually connected by a highway median that runs down I-294 outside of Chicago. And again, the Supreme Court has ruled of the United States that gerrymandering is essentially okay. A lot of people disagree with that ruling, but individual states are beginning to say that gerrymandering violates their state constitutions. Pennsylvania was one of them a couple years back. If you look at Pennsylvania's congressional districts, you'll notice some like pretty crazily shaped and drawn districts. The Pennsylvania State Supreme Court ruled that gerrymandering violated Pennsylvania's constitution and required Pennsylvania to redraw the districts to be more normal shapes. Under the old system, Montgomery County was like 3 or 4 different districts. Now almost all of Montgomery County is one solid district. So you'll notice that as a result of the Pennsylvania State Supreme Court ruling, our districts appear to be a little bit less gerrymandered than they were previously. But the important thing to realize is that the United States Supreme Court has ruled that there is no particular issue in their eyes